same mistake. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on YouTube, man? It's your boy KT Uno.
It's Isafira.
And we back with another one. Right here we're going to be going over the news. Fatal police shooting of black teen in Illinois sparks protest. Seems like history repeating itself once again. Don't know how soon or how recent. I'm sorry this happened.
I think it's probably like a couple days ago.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what's going on, y'all.
Let's see.
Tonight, the mayor of Waukegan, Illinois, is calling for calm after the deadly police shooting of a black teenager. Protesters took to the streets today over the killing of 19-year-old Marcellus Stinnett and the wounding of 20-year-old Tafara Williams. Investigators say the officer, who is Hispanic, opened fire as the couple's car rolled in reverse towards him, and that the couple had fled from another officer earlier Tuesday night. No weapons were found in the car.
Okay. Let's see. When was this? Let's double check when it might have been, because I could have sworn this was. It says a day ago.
A day ago.
But that teen looks familiar. Maybe it's just like things repeating. I don't know.
Nah,
that
yeah,
teen
that's
looks familiar.
Marcellus.
Sure.
That's definitely a different dude.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah.
a police opened fire on them because they were just reversing their car. Although they fled from another police, how is restraining them is shooting them? How is shooting restraining them? I'm sorry. I don't understand that. He opened fire on them. They had no weapons. So they were shot in cold blood.
So I kind of don't understand why. I get there's law enforcement. You know, I guess what I'm trying to say, because I don't know everything. I wish I could. I feel like if I knew everything, I can really help out society even more than what I'm contributing. But
right.
Why are gun laws that apply to us, the general public, not also applied to law enforcement officers?
Right.
Should it not be the same thing that, because if I'm carrying a firearm, at least in the state that I am in, like there has to be probable cause as to why I used it and used it in a deadly force. So if I'm held up to that and still can go to jail or face prison time or any consequence for this decision, why are a lot of cops not doing this? I'm not saying they should have flee, but if they are fleeing, they're of no danger to that person immediately. At that moment, they become a fugitive on the run. If they are a criminal, correct? If they're arrested, then they become some sort of fugitive or whatever the case may be. You have to get these people at this point so they could, come before a judge, and then they face their consequences. But I don't think death should always be a consequence for people who decide to not stop, not listen, or whatever the case may be. How do they face their consequences for whatever crime they might or may have not, because you're innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
So if you're innocent until proven guilty, how is death an automatic sentence for you because you did not listen?
Horrible.
You know what I'm saying? Like, once again, I'm not saying, because I don't know the full story.
Right.
This clip wasn't long enough. But how I see it is prevention is always the best policy. You want to prevent something from happening rather than trying to deal with it when it has already happened. And I feel like that's what should be implemented more and more when it comes to this crisis intervention. Like, I have to learn that when I went to school, for the field that I went to school was crisis, because things are going to get rowdy.
Right.
People are going to try to attack you. My ultimate thing as a professional is not to attack the person back.
Right.
It's really not. It's not to harm them or kill them or anything like that, but it's to calm them down and calm the situation down as much as possible. Why are these things not the first go-to? I understand if a cop's life is in danger, then at that point, like, you got to do what you got to do.
Right. That's facts.
You really do. But if your life is not in danger, why aren't other things implemented into your interaction with the general public? Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, biracial, multiracial, Native American, I don't care who it is. Why is that not? I mean, more so, don't get me wrong, that's the issue for the protests is kidding this woman.
Look at all those people out there, bruh. This just happened a day ago. This was reported a day ago.
Right.
It don't make no sense. What happened to just T-bone in the car? You telling me they outran you? They out, drove you in their car? Bro, police cars can go up to 110, bro. I'm not trying to hear none of that.
But that's true.
Why weren't they restrained that way? Why weren't they rear-ended? You know what I'm saying? Why weren't they detained or restrained that way? How do you open fire on a car that was literally backing up? I'm telling you what this lady, Nora O'Donnell, said. They were just backing up, and the Mexican cop or the Spanish cop that she said opened fire on them. And that was after they fled from another cop. They didn't say that, this couple is armed and dangerous. You know what I'm saying? None of that was given. There was no weapons in the car.
I feel like I'm watching Queen and Slim all over again.
Yeah.
Like, I really do. And that movie was really tough for me. It really was.
That's horrible. And his girlfriend, survived. She's wounded, but he's dead. She has to live with that. She lost her boyfriend. Bro, that's really messed up. It's messed up, y'all. You know what I mean? For anyone who watches this is not right. And y'all know this. It's not right. Open fire on them. There were no immediate danger. Like over here, like I said, the only way, if I have my conceal and carry, the only way that I could actually use my gun is if my life is in danger and in self-defense. If somebody is running away from me and I shoot them in their back, that's execution. They were an immediate threat to me. Mm-hmm. I'm going to jail. They're not hearing my side of the story. I'm going to jail. So how does that not pertain to law enforcement?
But that's I think
exactly what you said. Yeah, exactly what you said.
How?
That's tough, man.
Is it because of the uniform? Is it because
I know
it's the line of work? Is it because they have their own special policy? I just don't know. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never really, I've known a few officers or met a few, and I can't say I've had good interactions with police officers. Mm-hmm. Maybe one time I had a terrible interaction with a state trooper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that. I'll never forget that. Yeah, you told me that story a while ago.
But for the most part, I haven't had any major issues with law enforcement other than that. You get what I'm saying? And I hope that I never have to. But what my thing is, should I have to be stopped by a law enforcement officer for whatever reason it may be? It doesn't matter, because there are people who have gotten shot and killed for less than that. Mm-hmm. That gentleman in West Palm Beach last year, he was shot after his car broke down in the middle of the highway, and he was calling AAA to come and help him to rather tow his car or exchange his tires. The cop shot and killed him for no reason, and the cop only got consequences for that because they you know how you call somewhere and it says that this call is recorded? Yeah. The interaction was recorded over the phone through AAA, and that's how they found out. Like, that kid the law enforcement officer did not say who he was, what he was doing there, was not trying to help him, whatever. That really is what made him face his consequences. Right. Other than that, he would have been a free man.
Yeah, because it would have been his word over that kid's.
Who's dead. What can you say when you're dead? How can you stand up for yourself when you're dead? You can't. You can only hope things like this speak for you afterwards.
They try to do a character analysis and say if you have one little blemish on your record, they throw that on you, and that's what you die by.
That's sick.
Stealing out of a candy store when you were 14.
I think that's one of the sickest things that you can do after someone dies. You try to build their character based on what they may or may have not done.
Try to deface them. You try to deface their character based off one thing that they did.
Then they got a charge for stealing. So what?
But all his teachers would tell you he was a great student, went to class, had great. Right.
That mean it was okay at that point? No.
It's justified? Okay. No. Hell no.
This is tough. And
we're doing this because this can't go unnoticed, y'all. You know what I mean?
It's tough.
we have to speak on stuff like this because this is apparent. This is happening.
Yeah.
This happened. This was reported yesterday, a day ago. Come on, y'all.
I literally, when it comes to stuff like this, I'm starting to feel like I'm literally in a time loop movie.
Mm-hmm.
You're reliving this over and over and over and over again. And usually in those time loop movies, there's something you have to do to overcome it. So you are not. What are we gonna do to finally overcome that? So we're not continuing this. Like, I'm not continuing to see this over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? So. And I don't want to get into, oh, well, news portrays this and da-da-da. This is happening. Like, whether
somebody lost their life.
Yeah, whether
That's
or not news decides to portray this specific amount because they're trying to grow division within the society and make it a black and white thing. This is like real deal happening right in front of us, no matter what.
No matter how they portray it. Yeah, facts. That is true.
Going on
because a lot of people will tell you that. A lot of people who, you know, whatever, they have their opinions. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I tell you that. Don't make it right.
My thing is, even if it is propaganda, you know it. Why would you allow that to incite you or make your decisions? Okay, this is propaganda, but still at the end of the day, I am who I am and I believe what I believe. And my, you know, character, my belief, my values remain firm. That this doesn't deserve to happen to anyone. Like, just look at it for what it is, you know, sometimes not just what you want it to be. So I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't want it to happen. I just want law enforcement to have more stuff set in play. Yeah.
But then it's like I'm pretty sure they've gone over several different types of protocols that you should follow. I just don't think they were followed in this instant.
I'm pretty sure they have. I'm pretty sure that was taught to them through their 6 months of training, that you do this and you do this and you do this and so on and so forth. I know one thing our brother mentioned when that guy was, you know, shot probably like 6 or more times. Remember when he was like going into his car? He was saying that in that situation, adrenaline hits you. He said he wasn't trying to like, hey, the cop was right or not right, but he said adrenaline hits you at that point, and that's probably what made him just continue to shoot. Because when you feel like your life is really in danger, you shoot until that thing is, or you feel like that danger is not there anymore, or whatever the case may be. So my thing is, if you really start to feel that way, like, where is that coming from? Is it coming from your own biases and your own issues or life experiences or how you're taught, or is it really coming from an immediate danger?
Right. Not a preconceived notion that'll make you think that I'm dangerous or that person was dangerous because of, you know, the way he looked, you know what I'm saying, or how big he was.
And a lot of people don't want to face that reality for real. I've been learning more and more that it happens a lot in the business world, that each and every one of us come with our own biases against people. True. And that leads us away to try to come together with that person to do teamwork or whatever. You gravitate towards the people you think are like you. And because of those biases that you already have towards that group of people, you're not really going to be working with them or think you can work with them well and stuff like that. I believe it's the same way in every aspect, not just the business world. That also in law enforcement too. These are regular people who have been raised a certain way. Is that immediate danger coming from what you've been taught because media is very powerful? Your upbringing is very powerful, or were you really in danger and you felt like this is what had to be done, you know? So, there just needs to be more accountability. We have to take accountability for our own actions. Because I don't want this happening to no one. I really don't. I'd rather that kid had been in jail for life. For whatever happened, if anything did happen. I'd rather him have been in jail. Then his life be taken. Then his life be taken. It just was not worth it. So, I don't know. That's all I gotta say. Well, that's not all I gotta say, but that's all I am gonna say. I'm just gonna leave it at that because I can go on about this matter forever. I really don't want to. Yep.
Likewise, you know what I mean? We just gotta do better. I didn't know the guy personally, but once again, I feel for him because it's another person that looks like me getting shot and killed for driving his car. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm sorry, for running away from the police. For people who want to get technical, because I know some people out there will, you know, not obeying the law. So he deserves to get shot and killed. Yeah, that's it though. We're gonna wrap it up. It's your boy KT Uno.
It's your girl Sai Severe.
And we gone.
So much hate, so much pain. It all feels the same.